Smoke's going out, paranoia as well. Here comes the execute. Blast pack is down for automatic, but it actually gets destroyed. And oh boy, how about Shazam? Able to get the first shock dart to land. Recon bolt will reveal some members from T1, but with the first blood going the way of Sentinels, this defense is looking pretty solid, at least for now. The spike does get planted though, and as Dapper sits up top trying to find some information off the spy cam, he's gonna have to wait for help to come on in. And well, just as the help starts to posture for a retake, Dapper falls. Now we go 4v4, right into the mix. Comes tenz, but immediately taken down. Skadoodle finding headshots. And how about the pistols from T1? That's what you expect if you're a T1 fan.
You know, there's probably only one sitting on it. It's gonna be B for T1 to start things out with, and a lot of smokes coming down.
Tenz, he was tagged up heavily by some paint shells, but never really lost his position. He actually now holds 3 kills for tenz, working for a potential ace. Skadoodle, not liking the look of what's going on over at B, will trail away and then rejoin Spider in garage. This entire C site is being watched by a spy cam, but Spider wants to try to deny the rotation. Point of contact with tenz potentially. Tag onto Skadoodle. Now tenz making his way forward onto the site itself. Smokes and cloudbursts coming through, but with 11 seconds, you've got to make a play for T1. And here it comes. Spider from behind finds the first. Dapper's by himself. They know he's there. Skadoodle for the trade. Just enough time to plant, but can he even get away is the real question. He's going to be stuck really right on top of these Radiant boxes. 2 players around the corner. Skadoodle still holding right on top of the spike. No exit available.
I mean, if they can overwhelm zombs, that'll be a free gun for sure. Now that the nanoswarm is in, might want to think about TPing out. Zombs will swing for this one, might get punished. There it is, that's going to be zombs traded for nothing. T1 Spider gets to kill it. So far, the entire A site's been opened up.
And this time, automatic actually does get the blast pack boost he was looking for, but tenz over the top. Able to find 1 kill in response. Numbers still favor T1. Automatic able to pick up the spike and then immediately plant. The retake you feel is going to be sooner rather than later, especially with tenz having blades in hand. He has no movement abilities as of yet though, just cloudburst to use. Over the corner, Daze responds, puts him down. Now it's up to just Dapper with an LMG. Maybe he can get some spam shots, won't even be allowed to get those. And Daze cleans up a huge round for T1 in the scheme of things. Time is ticking. There it is. Running backs coming through, trying to drop down. He will get the information, but is he able to make any good off of it? The answer so far seems to be no, but Shazam keeps the play alive, able to find himself a second. It's going to be the third around the corner from the blaze wall, but not going to find Dazed. Now it's just up to Sick to make his way through, running and gunning, turns it into a 1v1. Going to get this to at least halfway. Backs up, finds the elimination. Sick will clutch. And the full buy round goes the way of Sentinels for their second overall.
Really unfortunate. Now it's got the Hunter's Fury offensively from Daze that could open things up for the side. Indeed, tenz goes down. Zombs trace onto Curry. The Zombs will only get the 1, so automatic has 2 in the opening, and that gives a player advantage massively now for T1 as Sick goes down as well.
Yeah, Sentinels lose a lot of their post-plant breakup as they had Sick on that long flank. Automatic, the same blast pack play to get up top. Finds himself 2 on the initial execute, just leaving things to Shazam. This would be a 1v3, but at 21 health, you feel like this will probably not be a commitment as Sentinel's economy will have taken a pretty staggering hit.
It's looking like it'll be possibly a 4 and 8 start, maybe a 3 and 9. Another early gravity while intense. Trying to get aggressive, but instantly punished. Daze with 2, and that's A open again. Just down to Zombs now. And Zombs has to get a lot of trades here. Gets the 1, but is it going to be enough? Because it's 4v2, and that's still major numbers for T1.
Dapper will be the first one to try to rotate over. 1 good kill on the exit could change things up, but there just won't be enough time here.
1 on the exit again. I mean, this is kind of all Sentinels have got in the past couple rounds. Just some exit frags. Trying to keep the T1 economy honest, but they're not getting the rounds. 8 now for T1. And sure, it's not like a lot of rounds in a row. There has been.
T1 are going to take their time and make sure they do this correctly.
It's going to divide over towards the middle of the map as well, just over towards B. And they're going to go for the plant here. They gotta swing for this one. That's actually a good recon. The recon will spot everything. Skadoodle could be in trouble. Skadoodle's been fully spotted. If it wasn't for the fact that there's gravity well there, Zombs could have pushed on through, and Shazam, I think, tried to go for it. Does get punished. And now the rest of the plant's going to be there. Zombs will respect it. 2 versus 3, but Skadoodle's very low.
Oh, and Sick has snuck his way into the site, trying to move forward with the judge. He finds himself 1 elimination. Stuck a little bit on the sentry turret that was there, but it might not make a difference. Spider playing close. He's going to be flashed up. Goes to check. Too many smokes to deal with, and Sentinels will retake. It will be a very quick take over towards C. Showstopper in play. That will be used, even though tenz was low. They get the reveal. The recon bolt. Dapper holding close. Good for one and a second. Neurope's coming out. Only 9 bullets. That's all he needs. Now to the pistol. Looking for a fourth, but turned aside. The retake still trying to come on through. Run it back on the floor. Does get dealt with. Curry going to go right to the lockdown. 1v2 situation. Going to get pressured. Back down, and the challenge will be there. Sick finds the kill, and Sentinels collect the last 2 rounds and a half. If they want to get back into this game. Recovery we've seen from T1 has been great so far. Can it hold true? Dapper moving forward with Sick, able to find the first couple eliminations. That's all favorable for Sentinels, and the spam shots from Zombs will find him a double. That'll be enough for Sick to get the spike planted. And for Curry and Automatic, they're going to do whatever they can to try to retake this. They're largely doing it from the same angle. One up top, one from the normal connector. Down low, Audie's able to find one, but not a second. Curry, long-range shot to the frenzy will not land, as tenz cleans it up and Sentinels take the pistol in the second half.
Skadoodle can go either direction, and now as we start moving towards C, yeah, we talked about Curry being the only one here. He's going to need to hold on.
Oh, these paint shells are beautiful. They came over the top from the entrance towards C garage window defensively. The run it back was the whole play for Sentinels, and it finds no information, no damage, no kills, largely no nothing outside of the ability to get the spike planted. Shazam got shrugged off of it, and oh, just barely gets it down in time. So T1 looking for a retake. They find first blood onto tenz. Oh no, it doesn't get planted in time. I thought it did for a second, but not the case. So my mistake, and whatever happened to come through there for T1, their defensive spawn. And the showstopper will be used to come through. They clear off the back right side of the site, which nobody was actually there for. But as Automatic finds one elimination, they will very, very quickly recognize that Sentinels are 100% playing this through C long. Spam shots over the ping on where the spike is. Good for the first kill. Days trying to stick. Not going to find anything in Sentinels. But Skadoodle's here and has a little bit of help on the way of Automatic, but actually the help isn't good enough, as Automatic will be the first one flooded. Trades will come through. tenz pushing forward, finds the second. Curry, next one up defensively for T1. An elongated gunfight. They both have to go to pistols. Shazam is able to find the elimination. tenz even pushing the bounds of the B site for another. And so now Shazam will be able to get this plant off freely towards C in what will be a 1v1 Sova battle. But Shazam only has 17 health.
And a lot more utility for Days as well.
And he is the spike carrier. Nobody else for Sentinels is on the site at the moment. Everyone's playing for post plant through A long. So Sick has done his job. He's gotten the spike down. That's really all he needs to be doing. You've got a lurk coming through. It's Dapper all the way through middle. Alarm bot will be placed, but it won't be enough information as Dapper finds the kill. He wants to go forward to deny the lockdown. Will not be able to get there in time as Skadoodle finds the trade. Now you go into the shrouded step, try to make a play forward. Still all the utility being used, and it allows T1 to come out, but does anyone recognize that Zombs is coming off the high ground? Yes, Skadoodle finds enough damage, but is there enough time? Sick, holding the angle, finds the elimination, and Sentinels take the round. They find themselves just down one. Run it back going to be used very early on. Gravity Well will deny it immediately. Curry wanted to play aggressive, gets the headshots onto Shazam. What in the world? And the paint shells will also take care of Sick. So off the pause, T1 come away with the first eliminations.
It's 2-0. I mean, the Scarage players so far not worked out for Sentinels. tenz will still try and take control regardless. And where else do you go for your Sentinels? You're 3-stacked currently. It's Dapper exploring into B, but Crossfire kind of being held by T1. And at this stage, Dapper's playing with fire. He can get swung on. He can go down. The Aldro's going to spot him. That's going to be Skadoodle on the swing. And now just down to 2 members. Sentinels really in a lot of trouble.
That Aldrone is definitely deserving of a payroll with how much of a bait that was to allow it in. Curry being tested, good for the first. Zombs also falls. The flawless will come through. Oh, Daze is in a corner. I mean, he should find one. Anything beyond that would be great. There's the first, not going to get the second. Immediate trade. Responsible for that is tenz, but it's going to be Skadoodle still inching his way onto the site. Paranoia will allow him to play a little bit further forward with Spider, but as one falls, the other will quickly follow. Next on is Automatic. He actually takes down the spike carrier. That's going to be some valuable information for him, but
should be able to respond.
Modverse will keep the sentry turret honest for now. tenz only down to a couple more knives. Automatic able to take him out, but the trades will eventually be there. Curry, the setup on C, will provide this time as he uses the nano swarm for the elimination. But Shazam does tag Curry into the corner. with one of the hits from the Hunter's Fury. This is still a 4v2 situation favoring T1 all in all. Dapper is going to be the one who has to find some sort of an opening. And Curry gonna knock him out. That's 3 kills for Curry. One more. They know Shazam's deep. Skadoodle cleans things up. T1 strike first, 13-9. Rotate onto the site with numbers. And with only 30 seconds remaining, you've got to find a way through. Now Nebulas are coming out. Automatic for first blood. Immediately traded by zombs. Dapper on the site, trying to spam through the cyber cage. Now he gets an angle. Finally finds a headshot. Now pushing across. Has Skadoodle leak up top, but needs to turn his attention down low. Or maybe not. Is Shazam there to help? Skadoodle, Spider, recover, spike on the ground. Not a lot of time to play with 10 seconds, but health pools are low. Skadoodle, right-click headshot with 3 HP. T1, take the pistol. It has put a bit of a pause to this hit from Sentinels for now.
Still sees the head though, so automatically at this stage for T1, they know that Sentinels are hanging around here, especially with Days dead. It's going to need to be a fast rotation. Curry has finally made it over. This Heaven's going to be really important, and I don't know if there's going to be a swing in time. Barely is Curry going to get 1 kill, but doesn't quite find the spike. Will get a free gun. And if he actually gets the kill into 6, this could be a very different round, but Sentinels now find their rotation, get their way onto B, and T1 are going to have to address tenz straight away, and tenz get the only frag.
Yeah, it's a beautiful read from tenz. Also reads the second of automatic, trying to rotate from the same angle. Skadoodle going to stack with him. If this is a round that T1 give up, it will not come with any ARs being recovered. And it looks like that might be indeed the case. Skadoodle going to make his play for it, but not finding that first blood in the Dapper means that there will likely be trades in place, and even beyond that time, not favorable whatsoever. Skadoodle eventually falls, and Sentinels get on the board. So Skadoodle getting a little bit of a star setup. Zombs from ropes will find Dazed for free, so a 3v2 unfolds. But the spike will continue to make its play over to A, and as it does, Curry's able to find tenz. So now the spike is down. Last player alive is Shazam.
30 seconds left.
And I don't think anyone actually has any information on where Shazam's positioned. So the spike will be collected and a plant could still come through. It just comes down to how do you want to play this 1v2 post plant? Because both members for T1 are working together and they're wrapping around the backside of this. The check for Shazam, not even able to get a shot off. Hence lurking over towards A ramps. Nova Pulse will push him back. Here comes the recovery, but the shots from tenz too good. Skadoodle falls. Shazam now making their way up ropes. Spider's gonna have to hit something off of this, and there it is. There's the first. That's the Blade Storm down. Second contested is tenz, who gets caught with the blast pack. Spider good for another, but Sick is there for the trade. But has he done enough is the question.
Obscuring vision.
Sick gonna get the plant off, and now it just comes down to how do you want to form this 3v3 post planning for Sentinels?
Waiting for a lot of members to come back still, but it's currently just automatic by himself. 2 more from Vents. Now for first contact, it's going to be Dapper. Dapper could get a really nice timing here. 1 kill would be brilliant, and there it is. Oh, he gets 2! And that includes the res player as well. So Dapper has 3, Skadoodle goes straight back down after being res and automatic. Thinking about this situation, 1 versus 3. And there's not a lot of time left. There's not a lot of opportunities. And automatic thinks better of it. Goes away.
Sting this side open with a showstopper. But the Boombot first. That'll come through. Gonna see Daze playing a tight corner. Gravity well into the mix. Trying to blast back away, but no chance. Daze finds the kill. Curry maybe wants to go a little bit further forward, but it's automatic. Who's there for the help in the first 2 kills? Good again for T1. Weapons also acquired.
That was really risky from tenz. I mean, you know the stars on the ground. You know that it's going to get popped for gravity. Well, as soon as they see you, I thought maybe they were baiting that out. I thought maybe it was pretty obvious. Okay, yeah, Sentinels, they see the star. They're just going to force a util, make it interesting. Dapper now up against 2 on every single corner. Spider with the 1 tap, and if he wants to, the gun on the floor as well. This is falling apart from Sentinels. They have an operator online, and Shazam will make use of that one to take down Spider. At least 1 return, but at this stage, T1 can definitely take this round with a 4v2 advantage.
Oh, for sure. Knowing that the operator is in hands of Shazam, I feel like if you're T1, you have to make Sentinels play for a plant. Put that operator in a very vulnerable spot, which, as Shazam has the spike, he might find himself. Meanwhile, though, zombs coming forward. King from automatic seems to know that this is the case. Does find the kill. Shazam, tagged up by paint shells. Stays alive. 1v4. Don't rule him out from being able to pull this off. Has the time to play with. T1 is really taking their time here for this retake. Wanted to make sure they do it cleanly. Here's the top first shot, misses.
Fly at him.
Up top, he saved the wall this time. That's important to note, but it just comes down to will he have a chance to use this wall coming through? Oh my goodness, tenz right in his face. The showstopper, skadoodle for the trade though. Numbers still prevail for Sentinels overall. No if that's going to be committed, and this should be a plant for Sentinels on the B site.
And there's a really important wall coming down there as well. That's coming through from second. I believe if you look from Daze's POV, he was going for sec, realizes then it's going to be tenz at his face and falls to him. Very important 1v1 happening here. That goes away of skadoodle, so maybe the post plant, or rather the retake, can still work. Or T1, pending how skadoodle handles that situation. Nope. Sick will take him down. 2 versus 3 now.
Have to make a decision here if you're T1 with this operator. Are you actually going to try to play for this retake? This is a huge round for Sentinels to continue to go essentially tit for tat with T1, just to go round for round. This is really important overall. And it doesn't look like Spider is going to find too much as far as the angle is concerned. Tag through the wall, and his automatic fall. Spider will back up just to save the op. So
I do wonder if the other Cosmic Divider is going to come through as well. I mean, Skadoodle's got that one in hand, but it looks like T1 just want to get straight in towards side Spider for one. But it's Dapper and tenz that will be making the trades happen. Low HP for tenz. It comes down to only zombs. Zombs has got to hold on for everybody, and there are so many players still alive on T1. Zombs needs to win the first 1v1 and convert further, but can't do it. Can't get it done.
tenz has already gained a tower. Now is looking to move quickly. Does not see automatic down low. Sick will find the trade, but Spider and Skadoodle watching cross angle areas. Not even needed. Spider will see the barrel. Take out the wielder.
Online for Sentinels. 3 Spectres, a pistol for tenz. Showstopper has to find something, and it does.
Gravity well soaks up tenz. The counter response coming through, but it's explosives everywhere. Even trades, pinstripe kill feed we go. Spider gonna commit from the shadows, and he will read that this play is coming to the top side of the B zone. Curry down low is the only defensive player here for T1. Needs to find at least one elimination, and the Spider finds a second. Now it's just up the Shazam. 1v3 situation. Stuck just at the bottom of the rope. And maybe a bit of a misstep here. Finds the first, does not expect the second. Skadoodle cleans things up, and T1. Sick avoids the boombot, is pushed all the way back to mid though. Automatic, trying to follow up, but taken down. Solo challenge came through, and then Daze trying to use the wall to boost up. This is in pieces right now for the side of T1. I get trying to test the setup initially at A, but maybe a bit overextensive, and it leads to a 5v2 situation that Sentinels have the favor.
I mean, they don't even really take side. They're trying to go vents early, and now vents control, a heaven control. It's all going the way of Sentinels. Hold the thought, because Skadoodle might still make it interesting. He has to get the next kill. Doesn't quite do it. Sick will shut him down, and with Spider alone, does have at least got armor, but 1 versus 3, not expecting too much.
And he's already tagged up. That armor already eliminated, down to 19 HP. 1 bullet will do it, and there it is.
They do plant. Could possibly set up a decent 3v3 post plant.
So much information for Shazam, but Zombs now kind of caught by themselves. Shazam making their way in, dashing forward at 11 HP bold, but Zombs needed the help, and goodness, the crossfire setup, perfect! It's flawless from Sentinels.
Has been reaggressed, and here we go. T1 have control of A heaven.
High ground versus low ground. tenz able to find 2 as he runs away. Showstopper Earn takes that out, but Shazam finds the kill before it's required to find the elimination. Dazed up top, collects the spike, but pushed back by paint shells. Healing orb will be there. Not a lot of time to play with. Gonna try to get over to the B side as fast as possible, but they're gonna be there too late. And Sentinels will find a way to make this a 1-round game again. The barrier orb does get reinforced. But tenz could technically pop himself over if he wants to make that much noise to make the play happen. Doesn't even need to. Finds the kill. Resurrection will come through, but tenz has done more than enough to stall this plant from happening. The defense is starting to make its way onto site now for the recovery. Spike trying to find a way to come down, but it's still being held, and there has not been an attempt to actually get the plant off yet. Daze is stuck in a bit of a corner. This is another situation where T1 have early kills with the free range, but Curry up top will find himself a double. The third down to his left. Shazam able to reveal themselves off the shots coming to the wall. Curry good for the 3rd kill.
It's all being used.
And this is going to be a BXQ, or will. I was about to say, the spike was making its way through sewer. Now it's going to be Spider from the shadows. Going to deny that, though, as the rotation from Sentinels. The spike is going to be really light. But Curry does find one elimination. Wants Zombs as the second. Swings over, but Zombs finds elimination. Down to 12 seconds on the clock. The spike is just making its way forward. Meanwhile, tenz, Zombs find the eliminations, and we get tied up at 10. They're looking to get aggressive and maybe catch out Sick on that same exact play.
Oh my
Shazam
God.
able to punish. tenz gets the second through the middle of the map. Everything going wrong for T1. A has got stars all over the place, and Sentinels have rotated over, knowing that their last couple of members could be that direction. Zombs playing with utility, maybe caught a little bit off guard, but keeps their life. Looks for the second retrain, finds the second elimination. Zombs not going to find more than that, though, as Curry is dazed. Keep the play alive, at least for now. Neural Death will help the effort. Now it's just head tapping from here. The other could still come through. Sick peeking, finds two, wants more than that. Maybe a chance for a third. Dapper there to assist. Everything has gone wrong. Skadoodle, Spider, 2v5, finds the first. Second one around the corner, but Sick finds that elimination and will take a fourth as well. Bulls on parade for Sentinels in the end. Actually, very well placed. It's going to keep T1 at a bit of a distance, but that's actually fine for automatic. Able to lock down the headshot on the Dapper. Smokes, cloudburst, flashes, everything being used to come through. Zomb's gonna step on to this defusal. Gonna get it to halfway. Gonna step off to try to take the next set of gunfights. Even exchanges so far. T1 now trying to push forward through this wall. It's gonna be a 3v2 overall. Toggling this spike. Sick, good for the kill. Now a 2v2. Time becoming a problem, and Spider just taking taps. Will find the second and the third. Clutching things up. T1 win the pistol. Deals with a number of those seekers that are trying to chase down this defense. Spider still trying to follow forward. Long range. Gets the single shot to the ghost to make sure the recon bolt gets responded to, and then the second set of dives, not nearly as good as the first one. But Curry's able to find the elimination, keeping the numbers in favor of T1. 3v2 post plant. This is where they struggled, though. And maybe they will once more. It's just down to Spider, and because he's lost blades, all he's got is a pistol. And that will be Sentinels. The take is still coming, though. They want to use this to move as quickly as possible and still try to find a way to get on. Snakebite comes through. A little bit of damage on the Skadoodle, but he still sticks for the plant. Next set of engagements definitely about to come through as you can feel T1 want to keep the pressure forward. And as Sentinels eventually catch some high ground, they make their way on. But oh, an unfortunate team nade comes through. Sick will fall to tenz. Paint shell, Skadoodle, Spider holding on. And it comes down to one. Zomb's good for the first, hoping for some spray. Not going to get a second.
Are definitely struggling. It's just the pistols now. Maybe tenz can get something done with the showstopper. Maybe Shazam can get a tap, and there it is. What a headshot, will walk away.
Shazam technically could go to a Blade Storm, and maybe the call will come through as Sick will find an elimination. Yeah, there's the Blade Storm up. Shazam making their way up the top. We'll get a regen after it had been decayed down to about 9 HP. And T1 setting up for days to play the clutch spot. Showstopper over the top. Shazam gets there first and finds one more behind there. Are you kidding? Last player. Trailblazer also sent through it. Dazed working around the outside of the poison clouds, but will not get an opportunity to see anything of Dapper. Shazam finds one. Curry still holding. Needs to play their life as long as possible. Zombs trying to defuse, finds Curry, and Shazam catches a third. It goes wrong again for T1. You need to hit a first shot here. That has to happen regardless. Trailblazer comes out. There's the peek. There's the shot. Connects. Beautiful first blood. Backs away. The wall will keep them safe. Now the rotation. Sentinels making their way forward. Flashes, smokes, recon bolts, everything being spent on the retake, but T1 are holding pretty solid. Automatic and Curry are able to find two. Curry going to be tested again, and well, that's a test that he'll ace. Headshot on the tenz. Now high ground advantage. Sees the ponytail of Sick, even able to clip it a touch. But still being threatened is the post point of T1, and they're not backing away. They're holding this one close. The resurrection will come through. Hunting it for it will be Curry. Finds a third straight elimination, and at this point, Sick is going to back away and try to save.
Big round from Curry so far, 30 HP. No hope for a heal. The res has been played, but as soon as the res came in, another kill came in for T1 as well. Just to respond, just to make sure the numbers were always going to be in their favor. Sick wants to get exit frags here. That's the minimum. Might be able to find one. Yep, there it is. Stops Curry from picking up the operator. Now trying to steal the operator away. Would love to do it, but Skadoodle says, leave that one on the floor.
First wall that's been placed and kind of put a mini divide in this play. Dapper Good for one, but immediately traded. Skadoodle will find a second. Curry trying to get the plant out. Skadoodle's gotten himself a third, but Sick wants to try to contest the post plant immediately. Not going to find the kill. It's just down to Zombs. Their position revealed. Snakebite to flush them out. Curry finds the final kill, and T1 back into the lead up 5-4. A defensive barrier or place just to make sure that the defenders themselves stay safe. Spider moving forward. Viper's Pit also going to be used. Mix. Sick though wants the challenge. Not going to find any eliminations. Tenz now, next one up. Mid-map falls. And you have to make a decision right away here if you're Sentinels with this operator still in hand, and Dapper, who's still pretty removed from this play. Looks like they are going to try to exit, but on the hunt is T1 through the backside of the defensive spawn.
A lot of them there as well. It's very difficult for Shazam to get away. And for the first time for T1, I mean, you know, trying to make plays around the kitchen, a flawless round automatic for 3.
Punish Fury denies the initial attempt to plant. Shock bolts coming through, but just a bit wide. Sick with the wall down, does get Zombs back into the mix. Now here comes the recontest from T1. They go back and forth, even to a 3v3 we go. The post plant will be set up behind yellow. Showstopper being set, blindly mind you, from Tenz. We'll find a little bit of damage, but not too much. Shazam takes care of Curry, so now numbers for the side of Sentinels, but how do you break past this post plant at yellow is the question. Recon Bolt will see so much information, and the paint shells will flush them out. Daze gets taken down. Sentinels take the final round of the half to bring it to a 5-7.
I mean, the decay damage can certainly make or break pistols. So timings trying to be found in terms of how much, you know, gas is remaining in the tank. And Tenz even finds a kill in the boom box. So here it is. Sentinels and quite a lot of kills.
It's going to be down to, will they even find the trades though at all? I mean, that was all automatic, trying to push forward the frenzy, the flashes, and Boombots committed for it, but going to be tested. Trailblazer denied. Last pack there as well, just to deny some space. Spider's going to try to hop on, but Tenz will not allow him to find any progress at all. Tenz, oh my goodness, the information off the recon is good for Dapper. Sentinel holding strongly. Curry trying to do something, but nothing to be found. Sure, no one's holding the backside of yellow. Showstopper coming through. Aggression from Tenz, but doesn't see anything on the way in. So now the fuse running low. Might not see anything at all. An automatic up top has found himself a double. Tenz send out the Showstopper, but finds nothing with it. Skadoodle with another elimination keeps the numbers in favor of the defense for T1, but with the walls that are down, the plant will still come through. Hawks, Seekers, and the rest of T1 behind this, trying to go for the quick regain. Curry trying to push through. Toxin's running low. Wants to try to bait out any shots that come out. Skadoodle with them one more. It's just down to 6. Gets 1, gets 2, but Spider.
Lockdown in play though, so this is how automatic and the rest of T1 are going to go for this retake. Nothing there to counter it. Dapper obviously doesn't have the just very available after using that one earlier. There it is, a couple of early trades as well. Spider down, which means number operator. Automatic's getting really deep, and these are really great kills so far. 2 plays detained.
And there's pressure on that because of the detainment. You also had Skadoodle toggling the spike to see if he can send any more Sentinel members into a line of fire.
He's played this angle before. He's been caught in this angle before, caught in the sense where he got spotted and had to run away. He needs to get this frag, gets it done. There it is, 5v4.
Resurrection will be allowed to come through here, though. No chance to deny this. Tenz moving very aggressively forward, trying to clear off some space, and the Recon Bolt is making life difficult. Shock bolts from both sides, trying to clear a little bit of space, and Dazed will find first blood onto his counterpart of Dapper. It's a 5v4 in favor of T1, but they will still be playing a retake. Spider trying to find an angle, but gets denied. Now to a 4v4. Sentinel starts to bounce back off this post plant. Daze keeps things level, but for how long can he make this play stay alive? Shazam? The wall's blocking his line of sight, so is the cloud, but the spam shots will make sure no one's actually defusing. Curry trying to move forward. He's got to find the next set of kills if there's going to be a chance for T1 to actually get this, and now it just comes down to Curry. Finds the first. Does he know where Zombs is? Gonna use the toxic screen to get back on. Gets it to halfway. Takes the gunfight. Curry, the 1v1 winner. With slow orbs, snake bites, and everything else you're not gonna be able to see on this retake. How do you get back in if you're T1? Sick will find the first elimination. And a second beautiful snap onto Curry. Spider, Skadoodle, 2v4 situation. Flash will go in, but at a certain point, you have to really consider, is it even worth going for? You've already got Spider running away. Skadoodle does find one elimination on the exit, but there was never a true look for T1 to go for a retake, so we'll tie things back up at 10 again.
And Tenz still has control over this, by the way. He's seeing everybody that can walk through mid. Curry not respecting the smoke on the floor. Days with a couple of shots will find tenz. So maybe that is the opening for a comeback.
Automatic.
In the final few seconds, we are going to see the spike come down.
Spider finds one. Wait a second. That's going to be a couple of weapons that get into the mix. Sick will go to try to bring Shazam back into the mix. And as he does, he also finds elimination onto Days. But there are weapons now for T1 to try to retake this. Shazam watching across from spawn, but doesn't actually check up to his right. It's Spider for the kill. 2v2 situation. Sick up top for their third. It's down to Skadoodle. Makes it a 1v1. Still has to play for the defuse. Toggles it. Zombs holding the corner. Wins another 1v1 battle. Seems like no for now. Automatic is going to play up through yellow. This is the first time we've seen T1 keep a defensive member this long over through yellow. And you even have Curry, who's playing in front of this toxic screen to try to assist. And as Skadoodle finds a kill mid-map, that's an isolated pickup. Curry will back down. Automatic using the Nanostorm to push out one. Stays alive. The Poison Cloud allowing him to retreat, but it's Sick who pushes the issue and will find the kill. Now moving forward, Viper's Pit will be called. But Sick over the top finds Skadoodle off the off angle. So numbers back to level at a 3v3.
Sick has honestly been playing phenomenal across all three maps so far. He gets the res as well. I mean, this has just been so many opportunities. T1, when they get a trade, Sick will trade it back, and then on top of that, the res as well.
Curry.
And the members just aren't there. Curry has a time, he gets two!
30 seconds left.
And possibly could still save this round, but the spike is gone. The spike is going to start moving along. Spider gets one of the cross now, and it's only down to Sick. We talked about Sick being that player on the team. Sick has been phenomenal, but can he be more than that? A 1 versus 2 with minimal time.
He's going to play for it. Time is going to force him to eventually have to run, but how about it?
T1 on the wrong side.
They hard committed. Seeing the rotation away, they're going to have to play retake. Sick has a healing orb and a slow orb to play with. And is going to watch for a rotation from the flank. It's not going to be there, though. T1 is going to take from underneath tube. So eventually, you're going to have the ability here for Sick to just essentially throw shoulders on this plant position. Spider had the blades out. It was the operator initially, but now it's the blade storm. Sick up top.
One enemy remaining.
Finds the first. Gets the second as well!
Oh my god!
1v2 clutch up for Sick! 4 kills and Sentinels on match point!
It can't be possible. It can't be possible that the Sick is this good. 1 versus 2 with no time left to play. And he gets this kill as well. I mean, look at that frag. Finds the resurrection. He did everything this round. 4 in total. Oh, T1 have limited util. It's got to be the recon. The recon from Days has to really pull through.
Dapper's going to use the Hunter's Fury to deny the lockdown. Here comes the retake attempt to try to stave off elimination. T1 down to 2. It's Skadoodle. He falls. Last one's automatic, but he's found himself a double. 1v2 now. Still needs to get the defuse. Moving quickly. Tries to toggle with the snake bite. Comes over the top. It's Zombs again for the final kill. And Sentinels move on. T1 eliminated from stage 2 of the VCT.